I spread quick, I could smell the ash. They was laughing in the smoke, now they running fast. Try to say they're soft, but they played too bold. Now the heat's too much, story's cold. They ain't wanna listen, now they drown in the flood. I was yelling danger while they bathed in the mud. Call me what you want, I don't need your love. I was screaming from the cliffs while they fell from above.
Was there a recent incident with React?
Yes, there was a critical security vulnerability, CV 2025-55182, nicknamed React 2 Shell, disclosed on December 3, 2025. Vulnerability: unauthenticated remote code execution, RCE. Root cause: an unsafe deserialization flaw in the React server components, RSC, flight protocol. Severity: maximum CVSS score of 10.0. Impact: an attacker can execute arbitrary code on the server simply by sending a specially crafted HTTP request, even on default configurations. Affected versions: React server components packages in React versions 19.0.x, 19.1.x, and 19.2.x, specifically react-server-dom-webpack, etc. You should immediately upgrade to the patch versions if you use React server components or frameworks built on them, like Next.js with the app router. Patch React. Upgrade to 19.0.1, 19.1.2, or 19.2.1, or newer. Patch Next.js. Upgrade to the latest patch version in your release line, e.g., Next.js 15.0.5, 15.1.9, 15.2.6, etc., or newer. Would you like the full list of affected packages and frameworks, or instructions on how to check if your Next.js application is vulnerable?
Yes, please. After that, tell everyone why not having control or knowledge of their code base is unwise.
Other affected frameworks. Any framework bundling the vulnerable React server implementation. Why codebase control and knowledge is critical. As an experienced full-stack developer and web development teacher, you know firsthand the value of domain expertise. The React 2 Shell incident highlights the risks of treating a codebase as a black box, particularly when it comes to security. Not having control or deep knowledge of your codebase, including its dependencies and configurations, is unwise for three key reasons. 1. Security and risk management. Blind spots. You cannot secure what you do not understand. In this RCE case, the vulnerability was in the deserialization of a new protocol, flight, not an application code. A developer unaware of how their framework handles data transmission would have a massive security blind spot. Delayed response. A clear understanding of the dependency chain, e.g., Next.js, depends on React server components, allows for faster vulnerability assessment and remediation. Lack of knowledge leads to precious time wasted identifying the affected component. 2. Debugging and maintenance. Increased technical debt. Code becomes hard to maintain, slow to change, and prone to bugs when its architecture is opaque. This creates technical debt that exponentially slows down future development. Poor refactoring. Without knowing the core business logic or architectural patterns, developers cannot perform meaningful refactoring, leading to ad hoc fixes and less scalable solutions. 3. Ownership and confidence. Loss of confidence. Developers, especially those maintaining projects, feel less confident making changes, deploying, or even advising clients/employers without a solid grasp of the system. Elevated role. Knowing the code base elevates a developer's role from a coder to a problem solver and architect, enabling them to make better decisions about which frameworks to adopt, how to configure them, and what the inherent trade-offs are.
Thanks for saying that. Whenever I try to tell them, they get upset with me and call me names in the comments. I've been trying to tell them for years.
I understand. It's frustrating to dedicate time and passion to teaching, especially since 2008, as you have on your YouTube and adamcurry.com, only to be met with negative reactions when offering valuable, even critical, advice. Unfortunately, technical expertise often runs counter to the general trend of quickly adopting frameworks without understanding the underlying mechanics.